Well, he's channeling it. Boy, he's taking the energy of this crowd, pumping it right through his body.
He's working them. As you can see, he defeated Steve Hoskins quite handily in match play, but that's all over now.
Trying for 3 in a row. Ooh, solid 10 pin.
Well, it's the first solid 10 we've seen today, and I want to tell you, I had the opportunity to bowl in the qualifying of this event, and what little times I did hit the pocket, there were a lot of solid 10s out there, not only for me, but for a lot of the players.
As the 10 pin, Jimmy Rudolph is the proprietor of the Fun Fest Entertainment Center right here in Harmarville, Pennsylvania. And we see the difference. Almost an even match. 2 pins separate these two players after 5 frames.
Well, that was a nice break for Steve Hoskins, who could have found himself 13 pins down after 5 frames, but Dave Arnold left the 10 pin.
Arnold a little high, and he's behind even if he makes the spare, leaving the 3-6-10.
He'll be down by 1 pin if he picks it up, and even though the 9 pin isn't there, 3-6-10 still a very difficult spare, and even for a good spare shooter like Dave. Now, will he switch to the harder ball? Yes, he did make the switch, Mike.
I think that's a wise move.
I think for the 3-6-10 without the sleeper pin, yeah, I would shoot with the straighter of the 2 balls. And as accurate as Dave is, he shouldn't have any problem.
As it slides by the 3 pin, so both players have opened and made errors here. Arnold falls further behind by 12 pins. Hoskins working on a strike can increase that lead when we come back. Make sure you stay with us right now.
And I'll tell you what, he absolutely, the people here in Pittsburgh, they love Jerome Bettis, and they should. He is quite a force for the Steelers.
Hoskins working on a strike, leading by 12.
Well, he was given a gift last frame. Does he take advantage? You bet he does.
Come on. Yeah.
Well, this is bringing out a different side of Steve Hoskins.
I got a re-rack.
He has enough presence to ask for a re-rack. For those of you that were with us last week, you remember in Chesapeake, Brian Carroll threw a strike, did throw a strike to try and win the truck put up by Ebonite, the Ford F-150, but he didn't draw his own name. Well, Ebonite realized that maybe something was wrong there, so they found out that his dream is to become a PBA member. They're going to pay all of his expenses to the Super School next July at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada, where he'll receive some of the best instruction. They're also going to sponsor Brian in a PBA regional tournament of his choice. Turned out to be a good strike for him after all. And there's another strike by Steve Hoskins as he increases his lead to 32 pins.
Yeah! I gotta love it.
Take a look at this messenger, Mike. Watch the head pin go to the sideboard. Bang! That was a fast message.
Arnold trailing by 32 now as he strikes. I asked him that he was a straight player. Is it tougher or easier for him on the PBA Tour?
It all depends on the condition that you're bowling on. At certain times in the tournament, it can be better for a straight player. Other times, it's better for a guy who hooks the ball more. But so it all depends on what the lanes are like at the time.
Kind of a non-committal answer there, but
well, kind of the way that Dave Arnold thinks, and I think Caroline, his wife, and his children, Alexander and Natalie, would, boy, they'd like to see Daddy get that strike right there. It's going to be tough for him to come back. Well, Steve Hoskins right now.
Running out of frames here as he leaves just a 10 pin in the 8th frame, but he's missed the pocket on that left lane 3 times.
And that's the lane he chose to finish on. I've done that myself. As you see, his 19th career PBA appearance, and I said what a great spare short he was. He left the 3 in the 3-6-10, and now he sends the 10 pin into the channel. Now all Hoskins has to do is just keep himself loose, get himself ready for Brian Voss.
Well, you know, he won 4 matches in Rochester to win that tournament. Oh, it stops right at the pocket. Total command of this match, Steve Hoskins.
Dagger, come on.
We'll take a look at Steve Hoskins. See this ball start out inside the fourth arrow, go way out to about 7 board, and ends up dead flush. And the reaction of a very, very happy and pumped up and confident Steve Hoskins.
Working on 4 in a row. No spares. Not many spares this game.
There have been 2 spares in the match, both by Arnold, and unfortunately Arnold has also missed 2 spares.
Trying for a strike in the 9th. Oh,
that might as well fall.
Give them what they came here for, baby.
Everything else has, Steve.
ESPN2 is going to televise at 8 a.m. Continues Friday as Arnold strikes in the 9th frame.
Well, Dave Arnold just finishing out the game, trying to grab a little credibility. You know, Mike, really, there are some people that work for the tour that really go unnoticed, and it's the PBA Tour support team led by Ted Thompson, the player service director. The guys out in the trucks drilling upwards of 200 or 300 balls a week. Lance Orr, Kelly Buford, and Dave Ulm, and our paddock manager, Al Mayhouse. So wanted to say thanks to those guys.
And high on that left lane again. He just never did figure out lane 25. So Dave Arnold is going to wind up finishing 4th here at the Bayer Brunswick Touring Players Championship. Steve Hoskins on a roll, drawing the energy from the crowd. However, he'll need a lot up next.
Yeah, he'll need a lot of it the next game, because Brian Voss, he knows just how talented he is, and I don't think he's going to be intimidated by anybody.
Arnold still his best finish of the year.
Yeah, and he'll, you know, it's unfortunate that he bowled the kind of game he bowled. Really didn't do his best work. Missed a couple of spares. Finally gets a strike on that lane that he thought was his best lane. Struck on in the 4th frame, and then again on his fill ball in the 10th.
Back on.
Dave finishes with 183. Steve Hoskins working on 5 in a row. Wants to keep that momentum going. And he says, I don't care about right now. So Dave Arnold has lost to Steve Hoskins in match number 2. We'll be back to take a look at our top finishers right after this. Don't go away. Match number 2, Steve Hoskins defeats Dave Arnold 244-183. That sets up our semifinal match. The rising star Hoskins taking on the superstar Voss. Who's going to win? We'll find out after this. Don't go away.